Welcome to On Point, the mindset podcast for dancers, artists, athletes, and creatives, helping artists get out of their heads so they can get into their creative bag. I'm your host, Latte, aka Lottie Dottie. Hello, y'all. We are back with another episode. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I am so sore. I think I was sore last week too, but it's such a good sore. It's not a sore from just being old. You know how you can tell the difference? It feels like I've been working muscles that I'm so not used to working. So it's been great. Just training super consistent this week. And yeah, having a great week so far. This week, I wanted to talk to you all about trying new things. So this theme comes up for me endlessly. And I know it comes up for you too, whether it's in the dance studio or even outside the studio, like at the gym, at the workplace, literally everywhere. You're going to be trying new things all the time. And I think this is a really important concept to talk about and to get comfortable with, because throughout life, like I said, you are always going to have to try something new and you're going to have to be out of your comfort. So you need to learn how to be comfortable with it and how to flow through it and not feel so much resistance. This episode is for everyone, and I think we can all use this reminder, even myself. So let's talk about it. Okay, so friend, you know you have to try new things in order to get new results. That is a hard pill to swallow. I think a lot of us get caught into this cycle of wanting something new for ourselves, and we're so used to our routine, right? We're creatures of habit, myself included, and I'm like, why am I not reaching new levels? Well, it's because I haven't tried anything new in a while. Whether it's trying a new food plan or maybe a new workout schedule, or maybe you're starting your fitness journey, maybe you're trying a new role or position at work. And of course, for us dancers, it's going to be branching out into a new style, trying a new instructor, or just trying a new class, right? We have to try something new in order to get those new results. And listen, the first time you try something new, oh my God, you suck. We suck so bad. I mean, maybe randomly you're so good at something, but for a majority of us, a majority of the time, we suck. And that's the part I think we have a really hard time with. The overall suck and the fear of the unknown, right? I don't want to suck. And listen, trust me, I have the hardest time with this concept as well. I suffer from a condition called eldest daughter syndrome, where I just expect to be so good at stuff immediately. And if I'm not, I'm like, oh my God, I'm letting everyone down. I'm letting myself down. But this is a lie. This is a lie my ego has created, and it's just not true. What is true is, yes, you need to try new things to achieve new results. And also, I believe strongly, it's just good for your soul to try new things. I heard this quote, I think it was on TikTok, that said something about if you feel like life is kind of just passing you by, if you're starting to feel like every day is the same, it's because you need to introduce more novelty activities into your life, because the act of learning slows down your perception of time. So basically, you're more grounded. I think that's just beautiful. Think about how we all need to take life so much slower, right? If we could just try new things constantly, you're going to have so much more time to sit in the presence and just be more grounded and not feel like, oh my God, another year has passed by, right? So trying new things is great for your soul. It's great for your mind too. You guys hear me talk all about creating neuroplasticity with your brain and your neuroconnections. Whenever you do something new or you break your routine or you try something hard, it forces your brain to create new pathways to fire up, which is great for your brain health and longevity. I actually tell my patients all the time when they brush their teeth, because you guys know I'm a dental hygienist, when they brush their teeth, they should be using their non-dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, use your left hand. One, because you're not brushing as hard, so you're not damaging your gums. But number two, it's so good for your brain. Eating with your non-dominant hand, so using the fork with your left hand if you're right-handed, brushing your teeth, combing your hair with your non-dominant hand is so good for brain health and to just create those new neuron pathways. Also, when you try new things, sure, you suck right now, but the reality is you can't possibly suck forever. Now, you have to stick it out and you need to be determined and you need to be consistent. I think I mentioned previously, I'm taking popping and I've been taking locking, and Jesus Christ, y'all. The first class that I took for popping, my muscles weren't even registering. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I couldn't even get the pops down. Like, there's different pops and different muscle groups that you're activating in order to get that popping. And same with locking. I just couldn't get the lock down. And I was so confused why I could not get this, right? I'm a ballerina. I know how to move my body. Like, I can't even get this. But it's because it's new. And now I'm in these new classes and I'm still not good at it. I'm still not good at it. But I've taken a few classes now where I'm joking with the instructor that, look, bitch, just wait. Like, wait till class like 10. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. And I know, because I'm determined and I'm accepting of being new to these styles, that I'm going to be better in the future. I'm going to be good in the future. Now, I know that it's January and it's like new year, new me, but don't get so caught up in the drama of it all. I think, we always want to start on a fresh slate and we make it like a big ordeal. But maybe our January was a little slow. Maybe towards the end of it, we fizzled out a little bit. We started to fall off a little bit, and that's okay. Each day, each hour, each minute, if you want to get real dramatic with it, is an opportunity to start something new for yourself. So like I said, yes, we love I'll start on Monday, I'll start next month. No, bitch. Now, right now, because that can be prolonged forever. You can always say, I'll start next week. I'll start next week. And listen, who's to say you even have next week? I constantly have to remind myself this. When I get into a little procrastination loop, oh, the gym starts next week. The diet starts next week. Well, maybe it starts today, because who's to say I will even have the opportunity of next week? Why wait? My husband also has this saying or this phrase that he's been using, and it's kind of funny, but it makes sense. He says, you need to eat the frog first. I don't know if this is like a finance bro thing or something that they say. It seems like it is, but it's hilarious. And basically, it's about doing the hardest thing first. So when I'm like, maybe picking my classes for the month, and I'm like, I'll put all the advanced hip hop classes, advanced jazz funk towards the end, right? I'm scared. I'll put all my foundation classes towards the end, right? I don't want to feel so new and stuff. No, let me eat the frog. Let me do all the hardest classes first. Let me put all that towards the front end of my month. Trying new things also builds so much confidence. I told you guys about my retention in hip hop, right? Like, I sucked so bad. Like, last summer, I really prioritized being able to just retain hip hop choreography. Now, we're working on the looking good part. I think that's why I'm in these foundation classes for sure. But just the retention alone, I was like, I need to work on my pickup real bad. So last summer, I took with Face Off a lot. And I was like, the first time I took him, oh my God, I was like, what the fuck? And then over the course of 4 months, I stayed consistent with his classes. And now I feel like I can retain. Now, am I killing it? No, we're working on that part. But my big goal was retention, and that is there. I feel like because I tried something new and I stayed so determined, and I rightfully sucked in the beginning. Oh, I sucked real bad. Like, there's videos that we will never post, okay? And I came out achieving my goal, that I was able to build confidence off of that. So now I can go into other classes and I'm like, listen, I survived my my rough days of sucking so bad at Face Off's choreo. I can get this. And I know that if I stay determined, I can pick this up because I've done it before. And when you start to remember the hard shit that you've done in the past and the hard things that you've tried and you were new at and you sucked at, you start to build evidence of your capabilities. I don't think many people do this. I might be wrong, but I do want to mention, just release the idea that it'll be easy, that you're going to be good at stuff and it's going to come easy. Doesn't matter what level you're at, it's always going to be hard. Release the idea that you're going to just walk up into somewhere and crush it. Now, I suffer from delusion. You know, she's a little delulu, okay? It has its good things, and then it also has its drawbacks. But like with my gym journey, okay? Very delusional. Bitch, when I started, I was like, I got this. Like when I had my first trainer, I was like, why aren't we already starting like on the squat rack? Like, come on, girl. I'm ready to sign up for my half marathon. Like, I was so cocky with it because I was like, oh, I'm a dancer. This should be so easy. Bitch, no, this is a whole completely new set of skills that I needed to develop. And I think it's important to remind yourself that you aren't owed being great at anything at your first try. So I really had to tell myself, like, you are going to suck at the gym. Just because you are athletic in another area of your life does not mean that you're going to just walk up in the gym and crush, like, at all. And you shouldn't even aim for that, because where on earth is the growth in coming into something and crushing it already? There is no growth in that. You want to find a happy medium between very hard and very easy. I do think if you are not mentally tough yet, which is a skill that you can develop, it's totally fine, then walking into something that is super incredibly difficult, whether it's, a new PR at the gym or maybe a new class or a new art style, it can create a little bit of shock and anxiety. So I think that it's wise when you're trying to pick that difficulty level. Now, if you have developed that mental toughness, it can really make you want to pull up and rise to the challenge and elevate your skills when you put yourself in those shocking areas. Like when I get thrown into a class now, because I have that mental toughness of, okay, I'm going to get this. I'm going to suck today, but I can't suck forever. It kind of makes me more motivated, even though I'm like a hot mess. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, and that's okay. You should want to embrace every single little bit of it. In locking, because listen, you guys, really, these styles are so out of my ordinary. Like ballet and contemporary and heels are my bread and butter. So locking, first of all, it's hella fun. Okay, it's really fun. And the teacher, Patches at Movement Lifestyle, is like so knowledgeable and I love it. We like nerds out. I just love it. But it's so specific in like body positioning, which I get because, ballet is like that too. But when it gets hard in class, I also don't get in my head about, oh, I'm not getting it. I'm not good. I'm almost like, oh shit. Do I know it? Am I going to get it? Like I get like excited. I make it fun for myself. Like even though it's hard, it's kind of like, oh shit, we're about to go. Like, do we all know it? Are we about to do it? I think if you switch your brain to like get excited about trying something new and be like, oh shit, can we do it? Let's see. It's just so much more enjoyable of an experience rather than like, damn, I'm not going to get this. I'm not good yet. Get excited. Get so excited to try something new because on the other side of it is so much growth. If there's something new you want to try but you haven't yet, listen, I'm here to tell you it will always be on your mind. You will always want to do that thing deep down. So you might as well try it. I have always wanted to move to LA and train. Like since I moved down to Southern California, when I lived up in, NorCal, I was like 20, 21. And I was like, one day I'm going to move to LA. And then I ended up moving to San Diego and it didn't happen yet. And I was just like, I just want to try. But I was scared and it's hard, right? It's hard to be out here, okay? And years go by and I still am like, oh, damn, it never went away. Like I still want to go to LA. Well, years later and I'm like, I hate this because it seriously never went away. I still want to go out to LA and train. So I finally took that leap like a year and a half ago, and here I am. I'm so glad that I tried something scary and new because I'm out here just like putting myself in all these new experiences and just really absorbing all of the knowledge I can and just being such a sponge. I love it. But hadn't I taken that leap of trying something new, trying something scary, I would never be where I am now. And I also would have been like 99 years old, wishing that I would have tried. You owe yourself the try. And sometimes you try and you don't succeed, and that's fine too. There has been so many things that I've tried and I did not succeed, you guys. Oh, specifically dental hygiene. So I literally tried so hard during school. There was a competition I was part of, and we needed to present, and it was our senior research. Basically, I remember being like, oh, bitch, I got this in the bag. I was so well prepared. I had all of my teachers review my work. I had my presentation set. I had my research. I had practiced all my affirmations. I did timeline jumping exercise. I was like, oh, this is mine. This is mine. I got it in the bag. And it was hard doing all of this work, you guys. I think my senior research paper was like 20 pages long, 22 pages long, or something like that. It was crazy. But I was like, oh, I've got it in the bag. I'm going to get first place. It was so hard. For weeks, I worked my ass off trying this, right? And when it came down to it, I didn't even place, bitch. I was like, oh, I didn't even place. But since my research was so good, I was able to publish my research, which was really cool. Which brings me to my next points. Much of the time, it's not even about trying something new and achieving it. It's more about the person that you have to become in order to try something new. The person that you become while in the process of trying something new, you're flexing those resiliency muscles. You're flexing those determination muscles. Whether you achieve something or not may not always be up to you. For a lot of dancers, this is reality. When you go to auditions and you try out for jobs, this is so true, right? Because we're not the person that has the final say in booking us. So it doesn't matter how hard we try. It doesn't matter how much we've pushed ourselves out of our comfort zone. It just doesn't matter. But what does matter is we owe ourselves a good, solid try, because achieving it, like I said, it may not always be up to us, but we do owe ourselves that attempt and that push and that our belief in ourselves. If you are scared of trying something new, I also think it's a good idea to explore what it is exactly that's making you nervous and try to mitigate the sting a little bit. So let's say you're like nervous of taking a class for the first time because what if you can't get the choreography? Okay. Well, maybe show up super early so you can get used to the new space. Maybe stand in the place where you can clearly see the choreographer. Try to anticipate any hangups that are going to make trying this new thing harder and be prepared for them. Maybe you're trying a new workout class at the gym. Maybe show up early, do your own stretch, maybe get warm on your own. So that way, when you go into class, you're not just shocking yourself, shocking your body into this new experience. What I want to leave you guys with is this, okay? Trying new things shouldn't be this like scary or even big dramatic situation. You want to get to the point where you're able to try so many new things constantly and go about your business. Building that confidence of trying new things only comes with trying new things. And it's going to be a snowball effect. Once you start, it gets easier and easier. Now, the new things you are trying won't get easier, but the mindset of trying something new or getting out of your comfort zone or releasing your ego in order to grow, that will become easier. You will become stronger and you'll become more open and willing as an individual. So yes, we have homework this week. I want you to do an audit. When was the last time you did something hard or new? And what were your emotions surrounding that? Were you scared? Were you nervous? Were you anxious? What could you have done in order to shift your mindset in order to excitement, like truly excited, okay? Now, the second part of your homework, yeah, you guessed it. You need to try something new, bitch. Come on. Maybe like a new dance class, maybe a new exercise, maybe a new teacher, cook a new food. Do something that's truly challenging for yourself though, and observe like what your natural tendencies are. And also be willing to shift to a more excited state. Awesome. Well, that's what I have for you guys this week. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great week, a productive week. Try a bunch of new shit, my friends. Try a bunch of new shit and send this over to a friend who needs to try some new shit, okay? Make sure you leave me a like, a comment, a share, a subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.